A tiny smile lingered on his lips, and oh my, that hint of flirtatious amusement on the normally serious electromage was devastating. My heart gave a sympathetic flutter as Isa's blush deepened. Resisting the urge to fist pump triumphantly, I calmly asked, "How'd the meeting go?" "Well," Isa drawled in her throaty accent, which I'd recently learned was Malaysian. "We pulled the results from our surveillance missions over the past week." "The results were a resounding nothing," Kai added. I pulled a rocks glass from under the counter and scooped ice into it. "And that's a bad thing?" Isa propped her chin on her hand, elbow braced on the bar. "Criminal activity has dropped off a cliff, la. We can't even find rogues, let alone catch them. It's abnormal." "I think Red Rum could be making a comeback," Aaron mused, "but we haven't found any evidence. Like I said, there's no way Red Rum is involved." Kai tilted his head in a silent request, and I obligingly doubled the amount of rum I was pouring into the glass. Between losing ships in September and MPD crackdowns after that, they've had a tough winter. I think they've pulled out entirely. "You, such a shame." Isa sighed with mock sympathy. I topped Kai's drink off with fizzy cola and slid it to him. "If they're gone, who's left?" "That's what we're trying to figure out," Aaron answered. "The Odin's Eye officers are convinced the power landscape is shifting and they think the absence of crime is related. I don't know about that. But I'd sure like to know who the kingpins are and who's gone off to a new playground." Isa pulled Kai's drink out of his hand and took a long sip. "I know one rogue who may have left the arena entirely. That or someone finally killed him, Lo." A spike of nervous energy hit my gut. "Which rogue is that?" "The ghost." "Oh," I said vaguely. No sense in confirming that, yes, the notorious rogue known as the Ghost, a wanted criminal so mysterious no one knew his name, face, or class, had indeed left Vancouver for good. That would prompt a whole bunch of awkward questions like, how do you know that, and why have you been protecting the identity of a dangerous felon? "Wow, now that's a bounty I'd love to claim." Her eyes brightened as she passed Kai's drink back to him. "Have you two ever thought about making a go at it?" "Pass," Aaron replied casually. "Waste of time." No truer words. Elusive was Zach's middle name. The guy could literally become invisible with a bit of fey magic. A clatter of chairs interrupted our conversation. The 6 Odin's Eye mythics had climbed to their feet. Calling farewells, they headed for the door. "Chop, that's my cue," Isa said, sliding off her stool. Her gaze found Kai and softened in a distinctly sultry fashion. "I'll see you later, Ling Chai." Sweeping her hair off her shoulders, she glided away in a weightless sashaying walk. I watched her go, grinning like an idiot. See you later? See you later in bed, more like. Okay, no, I shouldn't jump to conclusions. Their obvious attraction aside, Kai was technically unavailable. That's the whole reason they'd been cozied up in a corner under the cover of a joint guild job, instead of cozied up together in a more private and horizontal location. I was maybe too invested in their sex life. Was that weird? As the last Odin's Eye mythics left with a jingle of the bell, Kai gulped half his rum and coke. "I don't like it." "Don't like what?" I demanded, my mind still on him, Isa, and whether I could machinate a properly romantic evening for them without either realizing what I was up to. "How quiet everything has been since New Year's. Something's brewing, but I can't imagine what." I shrugged. How bad can a crime respite really be? I've had more than enough excitement lately. Glimpsing an approaching customer from the corner of my eye, I switched on my professional bartender of awesomeness smile and turned to ask what I could get them. A pair of ocean blue eyes peeked up at me through dark-rimmed glasses. Robin Page, our guild's one and only demon contractor, stood 3 long steps away, twisting the hem of her black sweater in her hands. Her brunette hair was tied in a ponytail so short it stuck off the back of her head, loose strands framing her heart-shaped face. My mouth hung open, my question forgotten. She was at the guild so rarely that seeing her was a shock.